Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Susan Day. I am the owner and artist at Poor Girl Art. What I've got here is my new project with LoliVefe. And of course you can find them on social media as Create, Get Messy, Love Life. I will link this down below in my description, and what this is the new Christmas box, guys. We're going to be making some projects using this set. If you want to learn more about this, hit the link below. Okay guys, let's dive right into this first project. Of course, I have got the charcuterie board here. I've got some resin mixed up, and I'm going to be using some of my Mayspring pigments. Now, if you have followed me at all, you know that Mayspring is my favorite brand. I love these guys. They're a nice, fine pigment powder. Absolutely beautiful. And I even have some colors from my own collection, like this one here, the sterling silver. And of course, my favorite of all time right there. I'll have a link to those below so that you can find those. The link automatically gives you a discount. So we're going to dive right in here. I'm going to mix up some colors and we'll get started. Okay guys, I've sped this part up to about 2 times the speed so it doesn't take us as long to get through. I've got my resin. It's awfully bubbly because I tend to mix resin like you stir cake batter, which of course you're not supposed to do, but I gotta be me, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna divide this up amongst my cups here. I didn't really pay much attention to how much I put in each cup, so I can't really tell you. It's just some. It doesn't take a lot of resin for this, guys. I have a total of 60 ml in this whole project, so it doesn't take a whole lot. Now I'm gonna start with my colors. Of course, I'm gonna use my cute little stir sticks that come with this gift box set. And guys, you can give this set as a gift, or you can do what I'm doing and you can make your friends gifts with this. Either way is great. Anyone would love to get this set. Gonna put a little pigment powder in each one of those guys. I tend to go a little overboard with my pigment powders. I like them really nice and opaque, and that's just the way I do it. I like it that way. If you like my art, that's the way I do it. That's the way you've seen me do it. So in this last little cup here, I'm going to add some glitter from Counterculture DIY first. This is a black. And I'm just going to use my little glitter spoon here and add a couple of scoops of that. And then to that, I am going to add some of my sterling snow. Now guys, this stuff is amazing. It is super fine and super powdery, so you got to be a little careful with it. But it will make anything you put it in sparkle. You can use it in pigment powders. You can use it with other glitters like I'm doing here. It's really very versatile. You can also use it on your own, obviously. So I'm going to set these aside. Get all of those stirred up. And I'm kind of stirring them off camera, guys, so that I don't get powder on my board. Okay, you can see I got a little bit on my board here. Guys, that is not a big deal. Just get you a paper towel and a little bit of 91% isopropyl alcohol and wipe that right off. It'll come right off. And incidentally, as you guys probably know, this alcohol will not interfere with your resin in any way. So, not a big deal here. We all use it to get bubbles out of our molds. We all know what it's for. Okay, I'm going to pop some bubbles on top of each one of those, and now we're ready to get started. Okay guys, in today's project, I'm going to be doing a geode style board. This is my favorite way to do my charcuterie boards. I absolutely love this style. So I am just going to lay these down side by side, one at a time. And guys, here's a little trick for you. If you want your resin to not blend so much, okay, first let your resin set a little bit so it's a little bit thicker. Obviously, you don't want it too thick, but let it get just a little thicker, and then don't use your heat gun. The heat gun will actually move your resin around because it blows hot air. If you just use your torch to pop bubbles, it will not blend nearly as much. And of course, guys, I am using my Counterculture DIY artist resin for this. I like artist resin for boards because it's a little bit thicker than the other ones that they have. It holds color great. Obviously, it's heat resistant. It's got the UV resistance. I only use Counterculture DIY resins, and I only use the artist resin on my boards. There's that glitter that we mixed with the black and the real shiny white. Super pretty, guys. And of course, I'll give you some close-ups of these once I get them done. Now, I decided I wanted some of this board to peek through. So I'm going to put some clear here between this silver druzy and the white. And guys, you can see I am just taking my time here. This is in real time. I have not sped it up. I have not slowed it down. Gonna add a little more of that clear there. And guys, you know I'm gonna tell you this at some point in every video. Have fun with this process. Art is supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be enjoyable. So take your time, take a deep breath, and just have fun with it. Just enjoy the process. Now you can see here, guys, I'm torching that, and you can see that it's not mixing. Because your torch doesn't blow air, your resin will not mix and blend together near as much. Also keep in mind that I did let my resin sit for a few minutes, probably 20 minutes. Well, probably not 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes, so that it thickened up. And that will also help keep it from mixing together. I'm just going to keep alternating colors pretty randomly, honestly. I didn't want to use the same ones in the same order. It looks a bit contrived, I think. That's just my personal opinion. Obviously, y'all do what you like. This gift is for someone specific, and I think she will really like it. It's not going to make it to Christmas at all. Like, not even close. But that's okay. I know she'll love it, and I will have so much fun being able to give it to her. Now here is that sterling silver, guys. This is an actual metallic silver. It is very, very metallic. This is out of my geode collection. I will link it specifically down below so that you can find that. This is a set that I did with May Spring a little over a year ago. It's got some beautiful colors in it. This silver is just one of them. It's also got a really gorgeous metallic gold in it. Want to add just a little more black there. And of course, I'm going to take my torch, get rid of those bubbles. You don't, whoops. Yeah, I did that a couple of times, guys. Resin is really not flammable, but if you get it hot enough, it will spark like that a little bit. Obviously, try not to do it, but if you do, you do. It's not the end of the world. And I'm also going to do some in this opposite corner down here. And same thing, I'm just putting these colors side by side. My resin is just about at the end of its life here. That white was getting pretty goopy, as you can see. Yeah, you can see my resin's just about at the end of its pot life here. I obviously let it sit a little longer than I should have to thicken up for this project, but that's okay. It happens. Once we torch this, it will all flatten out and look great. And that's going to be it for our color, guys. After this dries, I am going to come back in and cover this resin with a clear coat. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, I decided to add a little texture to this board, so I have got some cut glass here. It is painted silver, as you can see. Something I just picked up at Michael's. But I'm going to add a little edge to this. I want this to have a little something extra. And I'm going to cover this with resin to hold it down so I don't have to worry about it falling off. I don't have to worry about keeping the board clean after use. It'll wash right up just like everything else on the board. Just going to drizzle some resin over the top of that. Guys, this is super easy. I know you can do this. Going to put some clear resin over top of my pattern or my geode. Take my torch, pop those bubbles. It doesn't take much resin to do this top coat, guys. Just use your finger, get it on there, spread it around, get it nice and even, of course. And I'm going to put some more of the silver glass down here on the corner, just for some continuity, keep our design balanced and even. And of course, we need to drizzle that with resin too. That not only holds it in place, guys, but it kind of seals it up so that when you place things on your board, because of course this is a serving board, that's what we all use these for. They're not just pretty, they're practical as well. And of course, I want to put a little resin over top of this part of it too. That just adds a little extra durability. It also adds a little sparkle to it. I know resin's shiny when you put your powders and your glitters and things in it, but this last little extra step really makes that come to life. I know it seems weird, but it really does, I promise. And as you can see, it doesn't take much, just takes a real thin layer. Once again, you want to torch it. That'll help spread it out. It'll also get out all of those bubbles. And here's our finish. Get that all done, let it dry, clean up the back, and here's our finished piece. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to me, please subscribe. If you'd like to see something special, just drop me a comment down below. I would love for your suggestions. All right, everybody, that's it for me today.